Hi guys, I'm filming on my Sony today. It's been a while since I filmed on this, so I'm hoping that I have the settings right. I know, I'm gonna turn it right back on. I'm starting our video. So we are on the way right now to Lake Charles, Louisiana, to the Golden Nugget. My friend Vicky and her son Vicky Braxton were going to come with us, and Vicky is not feeling well this morning, so she's gonna stay back. So I've got the 3 girls on my own. All of us are going, and I am scared because it's just gonna be me by myself at the Golden Nugget with 3 kids, and the tragedy. God, wish me luck. Oh, the reason we're going is because I am taking all of my Young Living supplies so Ellen used to do a lot of back-end work for me for Young Living, and I have a new virtual assistant who's gonna be doing a lot of my back-end work, and I've got a lot of supplies for my welcome kits and things that I have her send out to my members. It's not like Young Living merchandise or inventory or anything like that. It's just the things that I personally send to my members. It's like fun, like welcome kits and stuff like that she's gonna be in charge of mailing out. And so I am driving it because I just, right before I switched over from Ellen to Camille, that's her name, I just ordered everything in bulk. So my whole back of my car is loaded to the top with welcome kit supplies. So I didn't want to ship it, and it's only 4.5 hours for me to drive there, and today is legit the only day that I can do this. Like, I cannot push it back. We're moving so soon. I think it's in like 9 days or something that we're moving, so here we go. Yeah, you got apples? Okay. 2 hours later, we're about halfway, and we stopped at McDonald's. We're at Buc-ee's. All the kids need to get out to go to the bathroom. Skylar, your hair must have really, a number was done on that. So we are gonna get gas and we're all gonna go into the bathroom. What?
There's a reason I like them.
Yeah, they are.
They can't just stay in the car. Well,
They can't stay in the car.
Yeah, they can't stay.
No, they cannot stay in the car. It's silly.
I didn't say they have to stay in the car.
Okay, you get your shoes on. Do you know where they are?
My shoes are
Yeah.
No, it doesn't work. Well, I need to get my shoes on, and I can bring them. I'm the one that's
Stop. Do you see the car? Okay. Okay, come on, guys.
I'm getting these, Mommy. I love them.
Okay.
When I wake up early in the morning, and when I come home at night, everything is covered in darkness, and the sun is out of sight. I guess I'm living in the dark days, yeah, because I sure can't see no light. Ever since you left, there's been nothing but a cloudy sky, and there's no day, there's only night. I try to make this world a little brighter, but the flame was put to rest. Now everything is covered in gloom, and my heart is put to the test. I guess I'm living in the dark age, hey, because I sure can't see no light. Ever since you left, there's been nothing but a cloudy sky, and there's no day, there's only night. No, you used to tell me you love me so, but now you're saying telling you how to go, just like a lightning from a
Okay, y'all, the worst thing happened right now that could have possibly happened while I was filming. I had accidentally turned the setting on my Sony to like where it only films and it doesn't pick up any sound. So right here, I'm going to give you kind of a rundown, and I'm sorry about the background noise, but I've got my girls and, you know, they're running around being girls. So, okay, the rundown is I get to the hotel and, you know, I get that it is a casino, so we walk in and it smells like smoke, and I'm like, oh wow, I wasn't expecting it to smell this smoky, because it was like extreme to where I felt like I was getting a headache and nauseous right when we walked in from how strong the smoke smell was. And that was already like a bad vibe. So then I went to check in, and like the check-in, like the majority of the people who I had come into contact with who worked there, they all seemed like they didn't want to be there, like very just unhappy to be there and just not very helpful overall. And it was kind of just across the board, like everybody that I had come into contact with. It wasn't just one person. So then we got off of the, oh wait, back up. We went to dinner with Camille and the kids. And while we were at dinner, it was fine. Like the food was fine. It wasn't bad. We ate at the Lily's Asian cuisine, and it was all right, but it was just same vibe there. Like nobody there seemed like they wanted to be there. So we go up to the room, and right away I noticed like all the doors, all the like guest room doors had like black marks on them that like it looked like they'd never been wiped down at all. Like nothing looked like it had been wiped down at all. And that was like my first impression getting out of the elevator. There was this massive suite with double doors, but they were completely scuffed like black all across them. And I'm going to show you guys what I mean by that. And so I'm like, oh, okay. So we get to the room, and I noticed that like there are small things that caught my eye at first, that I was like, oh wow, that doesn't look like it's been wiped down in months. I don't know, maybe longer. Like it like not even doesn't look like it was dusted or touched whatsoever. So that automatically made me feel like, okay, like how clean is this, you know, room? And I started getting kind of like an icky vibe, just because I travel all the time. I stay in a lot of hotels, and it's very uncommon to come across that. So, especially in what this hotel is priced at. So, well, it's a resort. So then I get ready to give the girls a bath, and I unfold 2 towels, and inside the towels are black hairs like folded into the towels. And so I'm just kind of, you know, the last thing you want to put on your body when you're clean is a towel that has somebody else's hair in it, and you don't know where those hairs came from. So I was going to be, you know, like let that slide and just forget that ever happened. But then I called down for a crib. And when the crib came up, I noticed that it was so crusty. Like the outside of it had never been wiped down, probably ever. The like mat that was on the bottom had a bunch of stains. And so they brought me a blanket to put over it. And I was unfolding the blanket and immediately noticed that it either has black mold stains, or I don't know, it could either be black mold stains or potentially like bed bug stains. I Googled them both, and to me it looks like it could be either or. Now I'm not sure if it is either or, but that is what it looked like to me. So I immediately was just not feeling like the place was clean, and I was just getting a gross vibe, and I was starting to worry about like sleeping in the beds and how sanitary it is all around, you know, with my 3 kids. When we had walked into the room, it smelled like straight bleach, and like straight up bleach. And then I found out why, because when I got into the shower, it had a very strong smelly, I want to say more like a smelly feet smell in the shower, like just like a really strong stale scent in the shower. And that was where the bleach smell was coming from, because they were trying to get that, you know, covered up. I called the front desk to tell them what happened. They seemed bothered and inconvenienced, of course, forwarded me to the housekeeping manager. So she came to my room to see the blanket and everything, and she was appalled and said that they get everything straight from laundry, pre-folded, so they don't really unfold it before they put it in the rooms. And so she was obviously embarrassed, brought me a new set of towels, new blanket and everything. And I know it's not her fault, so I felt bad. But, you know, put the new blanket on, got the new towels, and, you know, that was fine. It was fine. So when we went to get in the beds, I checked the sheets really well, and the sheets were fine. The beds were actually extremely comfortable, so that was really good news. The AC I could turn down really low and get cold, and after that, everything was fine as far as the cleanliness part goes. I totally forgot to tell you about one of the most disturbing parts of this trip. Oh my God. We were walking up from dinner, and there was a man crawling on all fours right outside where our room was. And I don't know, there was no explanation. We just walked by him, and he just looked at us like nothing was wrong. I just wish I could have bottled that moment up. Never. I guess I just overall the vibe is just not the vibe. I don't know any other way to say that. Alright, we're going to sleep now, but I wanted to show you guys how sweet my angel looks. Oh my God, I want to bottle that sweetness up. It makes my stomach turn with just how sweet they are, but how fast they're growing up. It's just, I can't even explain to you, if you're not a parent yet, the feeling you get when you see your baby so peaceful and you know that they're gonna grow up so fast. It's a lot. It makes me super emotional. These two party animals will be up all night and get tired enough to fall asleep, but my girls probably won't be ready to fall asleep. So I know I need to get energy because I promised them we could go to the pool tomorrow, and then I have a long drive back. So wish me luck. Girls, let's go.
Let's go. Lady, are you ready for your suitcase?
Down. Okay, good job. Okay, thank you.
From a clear sky, I wasn't ready to say goodbye. Ever since you left, there's nothing but a cloudy sky, and there's no day, there's only night. Now I'm sitting all by myself, trying to see the light in the dark, but everything is covered in sadness, just like a fire without a spark. I guess I'm living in the dark.
Left the Golden Nugget. We stopped at Cane's for lunch. It's 1:30. I have to say, after going to the pool, I was like, okay, the pool is actually really fun. for kids. They've got the slides, they've got like the beach entrance, which I love the beach entrance at pools when you have kids, because it's not like a drop off, which I think can be not great for kids. And I really like that because I could sit at the front and, you know, watch them go in and out of the pool through that beach entrance, which is really great. And they loved the slides. We would have been able to do the lazy river if I would have had another person with me, like another adult, but I didn't want to leave like my purse and my camera and all that while we went on the lazy river. And so the pool really like impressed me. There was one person out of the whole like staff that was really kind, and it was the bartender, because I went up to get a Diet Coke and what are those things called? The slushies or the ices? They're called ices. I went to get those for the girls, and he was so nice, and he was like, I'm sorry, I totally forgot to turn the machine on. He was like, I'll turn it on right now, you guys come back and I'll remember you. And which doesn't bother me at all. I mean, I wasn't like, oh, the machine's not on. Like when somebody is just like, oh, whoops, I haven't turned it on, come back and I'll remember you and I'll get you your ices. Like that doesn't bother me at all. It's just all of the workers that were there that I came in contact with just did not seem like they wanted to be there. They just all seemed super miserable. And when I was looking through the reviews on TripAdvisor, because it has so many good reviews, but then when I went back, I used TripAdvisor to find everything, restaurants and hotels mostly, but even other things like things to do when we're traveling. But I did see, when I was like sifting through, I was clicking on the 1 and 2 stars to see what people said, even the 3 stars, and that was another thing that people were saying. So usually I take reviews with a grain of salt, like especially really negative ones like 1 and 2 stars. I'm like, oh, they must have had just like a bad day or whatever. But a lot of these reviews that I was seeing were very similar to what we experienced with the black hairs. I saw that regularly. Someone had one on their burger on the TripAdvisor thing. And then other people were talking about having them in the bath and stuff like that. So, yeah. We were having a blast. I felt bad, honestly, that we had to leave so soon, because the girls, we haven't been to a pool this summer yet, have we? I think that was our first pool thing this summer. I'm trying to think. I'm like, no, that can't be. Well, I guess other than the Kalahari. We do go to the Kalahari pretty often, but I like that being outside in the sun. It's like getting the sun, the vitamin D is so good for you, and it just makes you feel really good being out in the sun. And so, but anyway, it was sad that we had to leave. I asked them for a little bit later checkout. I got a 12 o'clock checkout. And I was gonna actually go up to the room and call Nick and be like, hey, because he's working in Houston today, which is only a couple hours away from there. And I was about to call and be like, hey, after work, do you want to meet us up here and stay a night with us? And then I called down to the front desk, and I was like, I'll bite the bullet for the crustiness, you know, for another day at the pool with the girls. And I called down and I was like, do you guys have a can we stay another night, and if so, what's the rate? And he was like, we're fully booked. So tonight, and it's only a Wednesday, they're totally booked. It's so crazy. Going to the pool in the morning was a great idea because it wasn't packed, and I felt like we were some of the only ones there because we went down pretty early. We did try to sit down for breakfast, but Reese was like not having it at all, and I was super apologetic and told them like, I'm so sorry, but I don't think we're going to be able to sit here for breakfast. So we had to just go, and we just got Starbucks. I want to tell you guys that the beds were super comfortable, and the sheets were clean. The sheets were clean and everything, so that was like great. The AC worked really well. I like have to have it really cold when I sleep, and so the AC worked really well. However, last night Reese wouldn't sleep in her crib. It was like a really shallow crib. She climbed out of it. She slept with me in one bed, and then Adeline and Skylar slept in the other bed. And then okay guys, we are back home. We made it safely. It really wasn't a bad drive at all. The girls were so good. I was very impressed with them. The only thing that's really hard is just being in the hotel room. I'm always worried that we're like disturbing everyone, and I'm sure we are because of how loud it is having 3 kids in the hotel room. But we are heading to Kalahari today, and we'll probably go to tomorrow as well. We are just gonna, you know, hang out at the pools, and we haven't really had a chance to do the outdoor pools yet. And the girls had so much fun yesterday. I want to get them like in the water and swimming as much as possible because they just have such a good time. It makes me so happy. So we're gonna do that today and tomorrow, and I'll vlog that as well. But as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.